I cheated pretty bad. I had French toast.
Is that cheating?
To me, it is.
Why?
I kind of got my own deal back home.
Your own program.
Yeah.
Check. Parrish's program. What do we got?
Well, Kayla and I get product from a company called Butcher Box.
Oh yeah. Butcher Box. Yeah, they're good.
So it's either their breakfast sausage with bacon. It's all basically keto.
Who doesn't love bake?
Oh, dude. Or it's
some good juicy bake.
Yeah, eggs and almonds and bacon.
Nice. How does that work into the cowboy boots theme? Because those fucking things are comfy, dude. Like
dude.
Ranching boots right there.
Yeah, these boots are legit.
Yeah. Do you wear those 24/7, 365?
It's either those or LeBrons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're back and forth.
Yeah.
You're 50-50 or like 70-30?
I'd say I'm probably 70-30 LeBrons actually, because mostly I'm active. I'm outside. I'm in the gym playing b-ball.
You've never gone to the gym in your cowboy kickers?
I have a couple times actually.
Yeah. How'd that turn out? Treadmill.
People
just
like
dominating the whole gym with your boots hitting the treadmill.
Yeah, I mean they were feeling the vibe.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy can pull it off.
Have you been feeling the vibe the last couple days? Talk about that, dude.
It's just been incredible.
What the hell's going on?
Okay. Yeah, it's just been. I looked at Wade the other day. I said, man, I am so blessed and just honored to be on this part of this team, man. This team is just, there's no drama. Everybody works together. We just have such a great brand and team, and it's kind of mind blowing, actually. You know.
Throughout your history, I mean, 30 years of skiing, probably 30 plus. How does this compare to kind of things you've been involved in the past? You know. Because there was other good years.
Yeah.
Other good teams.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there were some great parts, working with Andy. I mean, especially when he also skied as well. Like one year he didn't ski and he just built skis. But one year, it was actually, I think it was the first year, he built skis and he would ski with me.
What year was that?
I think maybe 2010, something like that, 2012, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And that was just...
Before that, you used to ski with Andy a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. Back in the day?
Not so much. No, back in the day, he was pretty reserved.
Yeah. He was pretty guarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you a quick Andy story?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So one day we had planned to ski with Andy. Lucky and I reached out to him to ski at his place, by Lake Hancock, where his warehouse was.
Yeah.
And we show up there thinking, we're going to be riding on the boat and skiing with Maple. And we get there and he's skiing.
Already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
No way I'm getting in the boat for that.
Yeah. So you didn't get in the boat?
No, I mean, he had all that planned. I know he did.
So when's the first time you actually rode in the boat to watch Andy Maple ski?
A little bit. Actually, I'd say like 2000, 99, 2000. I remember he took me along with him when we did Abbotsford.
Oh, yeah? BC?
Yeah, BC. And then we went to the factory, built some skis.
Nice.
And got to ski with him some there. And then...
What was it like when you saw him from the boat first time? Was it unique? Did it stand out? Anything stand out at all? Or was it just, that's Andy Maple skiing, of course?
Oh, no. I mean, just ultra focused, super aggressive, but just like you can just tell he was a master at technician. He was just... To me, he just had like power, technique, and just mega focused. That's kind of the vibe that I felt.
Take me back to the first tournament you beat Andy at. Do you remember?
It was Moomba.
Moomba? What year?
Well, there's actually a really really cool story to that. So when we had Oski, we had Oski, we had a break, and then we had Moomba.
So Oski was an event before Moomba, so it kind of made it more worthwhile to travel all the way there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tunnel bottom ski, the blue and white one.
Yeah.
And it was like mid 39, the ski broke. And I ended up, the ski broke. I almost ended up on shore.
At Oski?
Yeah. And Maple walks up to me and says, hey, don't worry. I'm going to get you a ski at a Mick Neville's pro shop. I got you dialed in.
Nice.
Took that ski, me, Greg's son, and Peter Chase. We trained that week at Jody Skipper's place.
Yeah.
And I didn't go super deep on the short line with the new ski that Andy got me.
You're playing it safe.
Just playing it safe,
Trying
set
to
it up
feel it.
good, try to set up good, rode the ski a little bit. Went to Moomba, first round, ran 39.
What?
So I'm like, I was like, I think the third guy to run 39 ever at Moomba. And I'm
Just
like,
full pickle.
full pickle,
Yeah.
run 39. And top seed in the final, Maple runs 3. So took the W, my first win.
What was
on
that
a
like?
ski that dude, it was freaking awesome.
Yeah. On
Pickle
the,
awesome,
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Where the hell did pickle come from? People want to know where the pickle came from.
yeah, basically, so it just happened. I was coaching some of the guys at Imperial, some of the
Yeah.
Canadians.
Yeah.
And
Down in SoCal.
SoCal. We
Yeah.
all went out to a place called Burgers and Beer. Right when you sat down, they served you like pickled carrots, pickled peppers, pickled this, pickled that.
Everything pickle.
And somehow Dave and I just started saying pickle.
And it
Kind of
stuck.
took off. And then the whole week, everybody's saying pickle at Imperial.
You're using it in your coaching.
Everything.
Yeah.
And
Pickle
then
in, pickle out.
Pickle in, pickle out.
Bob Marley loved that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, it kind of just kept building, man, and it just took off.
You should start a pickle brand. Pickle Parrish.
Pickle Parrish.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking maybe Ziggy
no.
Pickles.
Oh, wrap some of that in there.
Yeah.
Puppy paw somewhere.
Yeah.
Puppy pickle paw.
Yeah.
Dude, what? Tell me about. Take me back to a moment in your career that we just talked about one in Moomba. Is there
Yeah.
another moment that kind of was just like the ultimate? You just when you think about it, you just get warm and fuzzy inside.
Oh yeah, I would say definitely the first world record. Just
Take me back to that.
Yeah.
Where are we? What's the year?
yeah.
How are you feeling going into that the training week up to that point?
2005, living at Lucky's, just absolutely killing it. I could just tell it was about to happen. It was just super focused. Well, I actually went to it was pretty interesting. I actually went to a bigger size ski. So Saturday at Hancock, I was on a 67, the blue and red Sixum. And I came home. I said, Lucky, I think the ski's just a bit small. I want to go up to the 69.
Yeah.
And he thought I was a little bit nuts at first. So I'm not even kidding you. So he just takes me out there. We went open water, 32 through 41.
Yeah.
And the next day, I told Scotty Ellis, I said, "Bring your camera out. I'm gonna break the world record today."
You claimed it.
I claimed it.
It's like Babe Ruth. Just
Yeah.
pointing.
I was like, "Grab your camera, bring some friends." I said, "Come out." I says, "It's going down,"
Wow.
and it went down.
What'd you run?
1.25.
1.25.
43.
Damn. So the record up to that point was co-held by a couple of people, right?
Yeah, Jamie, Jeff, and Andy.
Yeah. What was that like to take down those three guys with a quarter buoy?
Dude, even like being on the dock and just the focus and the energy and just it's kind of hard to explain, but you know how like when you just get in that high like that zone that you're in, you just know that you have all the confidence to do it.
Yeah.
That whole experience of the energy and just how I felt leading up to it, even on the dock before I went out and skied, that's just an incredible high that you're on that you just can't even describe almost.
Yeah. That's insane, dude. 43 off. You're getting around buoys at 43 off.
Yeah.
What's the best you've ever done in practice?
Just inside 4-ball.
What?
Yeah.
When was that? Same year?
No. Once was with I was actually when I skied for Infinity.
Yeah.
Todd was in the boat.
Nice.
My dad was driving Lake Pickett. It might have been 4 actually. It's 3 or 4 at 43.
Yeah.
And then when I was skiing with Maple and
Yeah.
Maple skis one year.
Is
I
it
think-
is it possible to run?
Man, I think so.
Yeah.
I think you got to
What
have
do
the perfect speed, perfect line.
Everything's got to
No
be perfect.
No pauses.
No
Yeah,
mistakes.
You got to be dropping in every time.
Do you think anybody's ever run it in training at 36? No.
I don't think so.
What's the closest? Do you know what his best was in practice?
I think like legit maybe like 4 or 5.
Really?
Yeah. I saw Maple going to 5-ball at 43 at 34.
Yeah.
And that was pretty
Yeah.
wild.
That's insane.
And that was legit.
Yeah.
Dina was driving.
Straight.
Jaws on the ground. I was
Yeah.
like, this is sick.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. So what's this like here? HO Syndicate team. We're at the Ridge. We get to be at my home site. We got 8 or 9 guys.
Yep.
Obviously, girls couldn't come there in school, but what just overall feeling takeaway from this weekend?
Oh, it's been unreal. Just you really, if you can learn so much from this. If you kind of, not only with your own skiing, but if you hear what other guys are saying and the feedback they're kind of openly giving as well, this whole thing is such a really cool learning process. And then it's really cool seeing the energy of Rob, being a young kid, how much he's been skiing. That's been pretty cool. He's just seemed like a really passionate, hungry skier. Will's been great. He's rode in the boat some, and
Yeah.
we've been giving feedback. And then you got Bob LaPointe here and Dave and everybody. It's been a great 2 days.
What's a takeaway for you? Like when you go away from this weekend, you go back to Florida. Is there anything that kind of fires you up?
Oh yeah.
From this weekend? Anything in particular?
I feel like you got to keep pushing yourself. Like you can just see the hunger in a lot of these skiers here, even on the team, that they're hungry to get better and keep pushing themselves too. So you're like, man, I gotta do the same. I gotta keep it going.
Yeah.
I
I think for me, sitting back and watching, that's what's cool is the energy's building. So like, Rob's up.
Yeah.
It's 7:45 in the morning. It's kind of freezing. He's skiing. He's like, hey, anybody else gonna? Nobody. He's even close to thinking about skiing. So he's out there. He's skiing, and then people are like, shit. All right, I guess I better suit up. And next thing you know, you guys are all feeding off each other.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
you're freely sharing information and feelings and kind of what's worked and what hasn't. And that doesn't happen like back when you're in your compartments at home in Florida, where you're at your place, Benny's at his place, JT's at his place, Will's at his place, Rob's across the pond. I feel like that seems like it's different here. Everybody's kind of like blurring the lines.
Yeah, and no one's going in a corner and doing their own little thing or any drama. It's like everybody's on the dock. We're all sharing information. We're all working together.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's an individual sport, but it's just like everybody's just been so open to see everybody get better.
So, take me back to your first U.S. Open.
Man.
Talk to me. Talk to me about that, dude. Talk to me about that shootout. Paint the picture for that for the crowd on that one.
You talking about at Overton's Lake or the one or Nationals? You mean?
Yeah, Nationals. Because Overton's was the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about '96.
The Nationals at Destin?
Dude,
Yeah.
Our last year in Boys 3.
Yeah.
Terry Winter, you, me, we show up on the dock, or on the site first day and no CP on the running order.
Yeah.
We're like, where's CP? Is he hurt?
Yeah.
Did he retire? We're like 17 years old. And then we scan the open men running order and there you are.
Yeah.
So why did you ski open men instead of Boys 3 that last year?
Honestly, I was just running a lot of 39s. I mean, I think my first record tournament of the year, I'd already run 39 like 5 times.
17
like
years
a couple
old.
Tournaments. Yeah, and I was just skiing well, and I don't know, like when you're young too, I don't think
you're like Dad. I think I'm gonna ski open. I'm ready.
Let's go for it. And
when you're young,
you just don't. I don't know, like when you're young, you just don't even really think about stuff. You just go out there, and ski. There's no thinking really, and I was just kind of like just some young kid going with the flow. Okay, let's try to run 39.
just doing it.
All good.
So what happened in the event?
Yeah. So did Jeff go out first, or I went out first that night? I went out.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think I went out first. Yeah, because Jeff skied super late. I went out first and ran 39, ran 2 at 41, and I think when Jeff went, it was
getting dark.
It was getting dark.
Yeah. So he goes out.
He goes out, gets through 39. Classic Jeff, just
dropping the hammer at every buoy.
Dropping bombs on 1 through 5. And we just decided to call it a...
No.
Didn't we?
No, that was the first round. That was the Nationals Open Men first round. Was you guys both tied.
So we won
2.
again, didn't we?
And then you went out cold 39.
You're right.
You don't remember this?
I do now. Yep.
I think you guys went out cold 39. You ran it. You got 2 at 41 or something. He ran it, got 2 at 41 again.
Yeah.
And it was pitch black.
Yeah.
You both ran 2 at 41 and pitch black.
And people are like, no, don't turn your car lights on. It's making it worse.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
People, it's really cool. People to this day still bring up the nationals that year.
And so it was too dark, and you guys were like, hey, let's call it.
Yeah.
We'll just take a tie.
Yeah, I remember clear as day, like just looking at Jeff and just Jeff going, you know what? Let's just call it a wash.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We're good. We don't need to prove anything tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. So take me back to your 17-year-old self, and what would you tell your 17-year-old self right now if he walked in, sat down on the couch, Chris Parrish, age 17, what would you tell him?
I would definitely say I would probably work on some movements, just some more efficient movements that I know now. That's the first thing that pops in my head. I'd probably try to refine that a little bit better.
Okay.
Especially, I would even say to some of the first 0 off years. I wish I kind of had some of the stuff that I knew now, because the first part of the 0 off years, that took me a while to figure it out again.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm
07, 08.
I'd say 4 or 5 years. I mean, it took me a while.
What would your 17-year-old self say to you right now, your 40-year-old self?
Don't think and just ski. Yeah, just think less. I think as you get older, for some reason, I think you just think more about stuff.
Just turn the brain off and just go fucking do things. Just go do it.
For sure.
That's pretty good advice, right?
I think so.
I'm gonna have to make you write that down.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So your dad's a pretty interesting guy, though. How did
Arnold?
Arnold. Yeah.
He's great.
I mean, growing up with a dad like that, who's worked at NASA, obviously very intelligent, very smart.
Yeah.
Kind of helped you through your career growing up, become the skier you were. How does he fit into your ski career right now?
Oh, we have just such a great relationship still. I mean, we at least ski a few times a week.
Yeah. Does he ski?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's Team Syndicate, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
On the quiet end.
Yeah. All right.
But no, he's. If I have questions about setup or boots, or he'll get these crazy ideas as well, like to try this. Oh, hey, try this heel lift in your hard shell, or
he's always thinking.
He's always thinking about stuff.
That's important.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, run me through one strength of Bob LaPointe on Team Syndicate. What have you seen through the years? What's Bob great at?
It's just he's got so much knowledge. I mean, just what the stuff that he knows about ski shaping or modifying things, or anything from bevel work to whatever it is. He's one of the greats.
What about Dave? What's Dave Wingerter? What's Soundgarden good at?
I feel the same. He's just super sharp. It's cool. Like I think it's neat how Dave just kind of sits back a little bit as well and lets you go out and experiment and try things, and then we're able to kind of go back to Dave and tell him what we're feeling. But it just seems like with Dave, whatever you need, he's there to get you what you want to try. He's the supporter. He
doesn't put his twist on it early on, because he wants to utilize you guys
and learn.
You have a knowledge that he doesn't, and he wants to soak that in by providing you the tools you need to go out and try the things you want to try.
For sure.
What about Willie? Talk to me about Will Asher.
Man, like just right in the boat the first day. Wade was driving us, and I looked at him and I said, man, I thought I was a field skier until I heard what he was saying. I mean, just I think he's gotten to a point where he's learned so much, like with like Bob. I mean, he knows so much about what the ski is doing. I mean, it kind of blew my mind a little bit.
Give me an example.
Well, like on the set that I watched him on, he was just saying, the skis, it's not quite sitting in right, and
at the finish,
and I got my fin's a little off here, and it's it's just a little bit too much, and then by 39, something had happened, and goes, see, I told you, I had too much to that, into the turn.
He could see it coming before it happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. What about Coxie?
Oh, dude, legend. He's just been great.
Who's a legend?
Wade. No, he's awesome, dude. He kind of, I feel like kind of the same though. He kind of just sits back, lets us kind of soak it all in.
Yeah. And
then if he wants to say something, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I think he wants us to kind of learn as well. But he he's got an eye that's just incredible on little refined movements.
Yeah.
That's where I think Wade really stands out. And it's pretty incredible. I mean, he hasn't skied in a long time, but even with zero off and some of the new movements, he has such a good eye for what he sees to make you ski more efficiently.
Well, he's been doing it for a long time. In
Yeah.
coaching, he's still coaching his ass off. So.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Who'd you look up to when you were a kid?
Oh man.
Who's your idol growing up? Tell me, growing up.
Yeah, Sammy Duvall, Bob, Wade, Christy,
You had a lot?
Maple, Dina.
Yeah.
I had quite a few.
Who made the biggest impression on you as far as skiing goes? Like, who, if they didn't exist ever, if you took them out of everybody's life, but you took them out of existence and they never existed, who's the single person that would have made the biggest negative impact if they had never existed? If you didn't have them to look to.
Besides my dad for all the help he gave me, I'd probably say Maple.
Why?
I don't know. He was just so inspiring. I mean, I just like growing up, just watching him. I just like, man, this guy is just like off the chain good, and how, I mean, how dominant he was for so long, and then you hear about all the knowledge he had with skis, and I mean, just how good he was, and then, I mean, he helped me a ton once. He finally stopped skiing and was able to help me. I just feel like he was just a big impact.
Yeah. Yeah, he was not afraid to stay involved and pass the torch and share everything he knew.
Yeah. But also it's really interesting with my dad in correlation with Bob LaPointe. The knowledge my dad had with the space shuttle, his whole deal was, okay, the space shuttle is re-entering the atmosphere as a glider. The glider's making a series of S-turns, and there's energy involved. Mm-hmm. And how the pilot's steering the space shuttle with the S-turns depends on how they land.
Yeah.
Well, when I was little, the guy I watched was Bob LaPointe.
Yep.
And he was tall and very still.
Yep.
And I remember it was that, and it was hand on the hip like Christy Overton.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting deal too. I feel like a lot of my skiing is very similar to how Bob skied.
You used to, the 135, you used to just keep the hand right on the hip.
Right on the hip,
and
man.
just move right back to the handle with your hips, and the hand was right there to grab the handle.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Yep.
No excess movement.
No.
Yeah.
Got that from Bob.
Yeah. You remember the first time you met Terry and I?
Yeah.
Where was that?
It was Sac, right?
Belle Aqua?
It was Belle Aqua, wasn't it?
Do you remember anything about that?
A little bit. I mean, you guys were always just, super nice and laid back and,
And short.
Short.
I think I remember we were hanging out because Terry, it was at Belle Aqua Lake 2, and Terry's parents' dock or backyard looked right at the dock, and I think we were like hanging out on the trampoline or something, and we're like 12 years old, and you walk up, hey guys, I'm Chris.
Yeah.
And we just, hey, we're Terry and Marcus, and we just like start talking, and like, shit, that's the guy we got to go against. That's Chris Parrish, because we knew who you were.
Yeah.
But because you were already breaking records, and I think right then, age 12, we pretty much knew that we were never gonna like have a chance to be the best, because there was you.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It's like, here's this guy who's a pass ahead of us. Got to freaking deal with this guy.
Gosh darn
Son
it.
of a bitch.
But it's crazy how long we've known each other, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
91 to, what is that, 28 years?
Yeah.
It's a
I
long
remember
time.
it was 17. I had Terry in the first round in the head-to-head final. I remember looking at Terry. I was like, man, I really don't want to be going against you right now. Because I've known you guys for so long. You're like my brothers, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I told Terry, I said, this kind of sucks.
Yeah. Exactly.
Terry's like, it's all good. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't say much, but when he does, it's, usually to the point.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question. If Andy walked in right now and sat down on the couch, what would you want to tell him? What would you want him to know?
That's a good question. I'll probably just tell him just thank you for everything. Just, I don't know. He didn't really say much, but he was one of those guys as well that could just naturally inspire you. Mm-hmm. And, naturally just kind of elevate you from just being around him.
Yeah.
I'd probably just give him a big hug and say thanks, for everything you've done.
That'd probably be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fucking pickle hug.
Yeah, the pickle hug. Exactly.
That's funny
You
shit.
probably want to slap me. Just saying that.
You would.
One thing you never do is wear a spray leg around Andy Mapple.
Why?
Dude, I did that once. I'd cut myself, and
Yeah.
we were skiing in Acapulco, man. I put that thing on. He was not having it.
What'd he say?
He's like, "You're such a fag. Take that thing off, please."
He said that.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Oh man, he didn't even care.
No.
He was just going for it.
Oh yeah.
That's classic. What else, dude?
I just can't believe how fast time goes by. That's what
Yeah.
kind of blows my mind.
That's a good lesson. Yeah.
And I think it's really cool that like how Will's kind of opened up this year and
Yeah.
kind of acknowledged, how precious those wins are,
Yeah.
and they're not getting any easier.
No.
Because I remember sometime before that when I had won a big event, they don't get any easier. So I
No.
think that's cool that Willie's kind of acknowledging that this year.
Yeah, he's definitely evolved as an individual, which is cool to be around him because you've gone from that singular focus to now he sees the bigger picture and
Yes.
the value in being part of a team, and it's a two-way street,
Yep.
and also the value in having balance in life. And I think we all kind of evolve that direction as we get older. But his change has been so great because he was such a machine back in the day, like
Yeah.
Mapple was.
Oh yeah, big time.
to
It's
now-
like identical.
To now where he's very caring, he's very openly caring, and he's very interested in what everybody else is doing and sharing what he knows to try to help bring the whole team up,
Yeah. No, it's been great.
including you. I mean, you've gotten close to 443, and right now you had the neck issue,
Yeah.
where you had neck surgery. What'd they do? Fusion,
No, artificial disc.
artificial
Yeah,
disc.
C5, C6.
So how many years has that been?
It's been, it'll be, 4 years in April.
And how has it felt since
It's
then?
been awesome. It took a while though.
What was happening that you needed to get the surgery?
I had some inflammation in my rhomboid area,
Yeah.
like a golf ball.
Yeah.
It just started it kind of happened quick,
Locking up.
kind of locking up, inflamed. And you know how skiers get kind of inflamed in the rhomboid areas anyway. So I kind of ignored it. And then, one day I went out for a ski ride, no big hits, no falls, ran some 39s. And my whole right side just went bananas.
Went numb.
Numb, pain, locked up, inflamed.
Wow.
And I got really lucky. A PT lady that I knew this guy named Dr. Masson in Orlando.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's one of the best there is. And I went and saw him by myself, which sucked.
Yeah.
And he looked at me with his colleagues and says, if you keep skiing at the level that you're on with this injury, he goes, you're either going to tear your pec or your shoulder.
Wow.
And you're going to be in a real,
You're gonna
world
be
of
messed
hurt.
up.
Messed up bad. So I was like, man, I need to get this surgery done.
Yeah.
But it took a while to come back.
Yeah. So tell me what the comeback has been like, and maybe one of the challenges you've had to overcome mentally, physically, otherwise on this comeback trail.
The comeback trail was interesting because I was almost a little bit surprised on how well it went. To be honest, honestly, like I didn't dominate or nothing, but I had a very consistent year. I was top 3 or better at every event, and my worst finish was the top 5 that year.
Yeah.
So that was a really good year. But psychologically, it took me a while to, I would say, kind of let go.
Yeah.
And not be I got kind of guarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was an interesting deal.
Like, mentally you should be able to relax and just trust your body to not fall apart any moment.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get your brain to like let go and just go out and charge.
It was
again.
crazy how guarded I got.
Yeah. Without even knowing.
Yeah.
So what I was saying earlier was like, you've probably gone almost further than anybody else. I don't even know if Nate's gotten a close look at 4, but you now, you're struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't think it's an age thing. I mean, I would like to think if I was still skiing, I could still be kind of where I was.
Yeah.
Because I see Terry Winter still last year running 41 out here at the
Incredible,
Ridge in
right?
practice.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's an age thing. I'm wondering number one, how do you just keep yourself from getting in a dark hole, knowing that you have this potential, but you're trying to navigate your way back to that? Because I think
That's a great question.
that's not unlike
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in that situation
Yeah.
through whatever injury that they know where they think they should be, but they're not there. And just what tips or tools do you have to like just stay on track and not get bogged down in
Yeah,
like that
that's a great
self-pity?
question. Definitely, just I think mindset and positive attitude. And I just tell myself one day at a time, like one step at a time, and just staying positive.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of been my key. And I try to learn every day, try to figure something out, you know.
What role do goals, like goal setting, what role does that play in like moving back towards where you want to go? Where do you want to end up? What's your goal?
Yeah, I definitely would like to run 41 again.
In a
That's
tournament?
one of my goals for sure in a tournament. Definitely would like to get back to where I was really that year that I came back.
Yeah.
I'd like to get back there again and just be consistent, get on the podium, and be competitive again.
Why?
Because I love it. I love the challenge. I love to compete. I enjoy challenging myself.
Yeah. Do you think what do you think's
And I
possible?
but I want to tell you too earlier, I think you're right. I don't think it is an age thing at all.
No.
It's not. I think it's just a matter of getting it going, man.
Yeah. I mean, as we get older, our minds get more cluttered. Mm-hmm. That's why I asked, like, what would 17-year-old Chris Parrish, fresh off of a Nationals tie in open men with Jeff Rogers, tell yourself right now, your 40-year-old self? And I think, like you said, it's exactly right. He'd just say, dude, stop thinking.
Yeah.
And enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you're working that direction. It seems like it.
Thanks, man.
Like you're not.
Definitely.
You're so humble. Like you come off the water, doing some testing yesterday and the day before on a totally kind of radical 68-inch layup, and you look good. You're running 38s like most people run, 22 off. Mm-hmm. But it's 38 off. So on the one hand, they're beautiful 38 offs. On the other hand, you're Chris fucking Parrish. So I could see how in your brain you'd be like, I'm not even close yet.
Right.
But you come off the water and there's some humility, and there's more stoke than disappointment.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
and that's
definitely.
cool to see.
No, thanks, man. No, this has been great. I've been really excited about the 68 finally for this year because the 67 Omega. It's like, man, I couldn't believe how awesome that ski was. I mean, I was telling the guys the other day, it's like, guys, I'm serious. This is the first ski I've ridden in a long time where none of my body hurts.
Oh yeah.
Which is very rare.
Yeah.
And
that's a 67, which is slightly undersized for you. So the 68 hopefully will be even better again.
Yeah.
That's what we tell people. Like, there are definitely there's more than one way to design a ski that's going to work for people. But I feel like with the Omega, we move back in the direction of a ski that's built around efficiency, as far as not overloading your body, your spine, your shoulders, your back, your knees, your ankles.
Yeah.
But still manageable when it comes to the finish of the turning phase.
For sure.
Hopefully that's what you're feeling.
It's exciting. No, 100%.
So what's happening the rest of the day? Anything exciting? Are you done? Are you
no,
over it?
No, I'm skiing.
Are you gonna go ski again?
I'm gonna probably take a couple sets today if I can, but at least one. I want to try the other 68.
Yep.
And then obviously football's on today. That's a big deal.
Shit. Fantasy.
We got fantasy football today.
Well, tell me your top 1%.
I am working on it.
What's the goal? What's the goal there with fantasy football?
Another thing, it's a challenge. I just love it because it's like a chess match in football.
Yeah, you play chess?
No, but I feel like fantasy football is a sports chess match. It's fun. It's something to do too. That was awesome, dude.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley's yeah.
Yeah, tell me about Bob Marley.
Bob Marley is awesome.
First time you met him, where was it?
I actually came to his place. I've never met him. I just talked to him on the phone some and see him through social media.
Did you call him up randomly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me about that.
Oh, he was just hysterical. I mean, just...
Where'd you get his number? Or did he call you, or what happened?
I forgot who gave it to me, but he was like, "Yeah, dude, I want to get you up to my place."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Awesome." I think actually it was through Spencer Schultz, maybe.
Spencer.
Maybe Spencer.
Yeah.
And so we go up there. You know, I'm walking out of the dock. He's on the dock. He's got a megaphone. He's
What?
yeah, you know, CP Pickle Man, come to the dock. You know, just
Just first
Yeah.
right out of the gates.
right out of the gates. I pull in.
Pick,
you know,
pickle megaphone.
yeah, pickle megaphone. You know, get down to the pickle dock. Just like man, it was just
Complete chaos.
yeah. But then like I met his family. His family is just first class.
Yeah,
just
they're good
wonderful
people.
people, good people. You know,
Abby, Cooper, Griff,
Yep.
Tracy.
And then Marley. I feel like Marley is as funny as Bob.
Yeah.
When you get him going,
Who-
little Griff.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, Griff, he's great.
Yeah.
Little Mar.
Yep.
What was it like hanging out with the Marleys up in Maine?
Oh, it was awesome.
Did you enjoy skiing on that crystal clear, glacier water?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, everybody was.
You did some coaching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did like a 2-day coaching deal. I actually drove my truck to Maine, which I'll
From-
never do again. That was
Why'd
that
you
was a
do
mistake. Well, my buddy was up in Baltimore. He was in the Mayo Clinic up there, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
went and saw him. And then I did some clinics in New York on my way down.
that? Nice.
But I told
G-Sun,
myself,
G-Chop.
yeah, G-Chop.
Yeah.
I said that was it,
Yeah.
never again. But
Yeah.
everybody was just so gun ho up there. It was a great couple days up there in Maine.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
What
I mean, Bob does it first class.
Yeah, he
You
does. What's Bob? Did Bob do an impression, a CP impression, anytime on any of those things I put out?
He did the pickle in, pickle out.
Yeah, he did that.
he
the
did
first
that.
one at the airport.
But
Didn't he do something at Moomba with the? Oh no, he's talking about the webcast being beamed from your head,
bounced
to the
off my
side.
brain. Oh yeah,
Tinfoil hat.
yeah.
Oh god,
Oh, that's great.
guy's classic. He's it's fun to have him in sport.
He is awesome.
What the hell else? I was gonna ask you something else.
But they're on Omegas now, aren't they?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they got on Omegas after Nationals.
Yeah, exactly. They
Yeah.
bought a couple at Nationals.
It's awesome.
Yeah, they're fired up about the Miami 20th anniversary edition Omega.
Yeah.
The pink. I'm fired up about that ski.
Oh yeah.
Can mount some freaking Oakley. What are those things I have? Those sunshades.
Yeah, I
The
forgot
freaking
what they're.
goggles?
Yeah, the
I'm screwing
not the
it up.
prisms, but they're.
No, I don't know what the heck they're called. It doesn't even matter.
But it's cool though. You got guys like Bob Marley, and you got a guy like David Akers,
yeah,
who's a Hall of Fame
kicker for the Eagles.
kicker for the Eagles.
Is that why you're an Eagles fan?
Well, it's like you kind of have to be when a guy like that, takes you to team practice. You
That's-
have lunch with the owners, the coaches, the
What?
players.
When was this?
Last summer.
Wow, that's crazy. So how did you get connected with David Akers?
Spencer Schultz bet him for lunch in Paducah.
Yeah.
They had lunch, and Spencer says, "Look, dude, CP is an NFL fanatic." And we talked on the phone. Ended up talking for like an hour,
Yeah.
and we ended up becoming really good friends.
Just hit it off.
Hit it off right away.
Yeah.
Ended up like talking every day.
Yeah.
It's
And he's a skier.
I'm telling you, die hard.
Yeah. He's fired
I
up.
mean, taking all his passion and intensity and enthusiasm
From football.
right to skiing.
Yeah. That's killer.
So he came out to my parents' place. Arnold was in the boat.
Was he shooting him with friggin' paintball gun?
Well, you know how I think kickers are really hard on themselves. Like they're super focused
yeah.
and they're perfectionists.
Dude, how many times in a kicker's career has the whole game been riding on their shoulders?
Yeah.
Whether it's an extra point, every single touchdown, or
Yep.
it's a field goal.
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
It's crazy.
No, he's that was quite the experience last year to go to the game and practice and
Yeah.
go to the Eagles locker room and meet the players and
That's
get stuff
kick-ass.
from Nike from
Yeah.
the Eagles. You're like, this is freaking crazy.
Like, what is this, real life?
Yeah, you're trying to like keep it all together.
Do you remember back when we used to watch the Pro Tour on ESPN?
Yeah.
Like, we're kids. We're 7, 8 years old. ESPN, Bob, Andy, Carl,
Shaylander,
Wade, Shaylander,
Sammy.
Sammy, you know,
Camille,
Jeff,
Dina.
Jeff Carrington, Camille,
Yeah,
yeah,
Jeff.
Jennifer. Yeah, so that was like, for me, I don't know how it was for you, but that was like a spark. I wanted to do that,
Yeah.
right? And then there's other things along the way that motivated me, but then we made it. Then we were skiing professionally,
Yeah.
and the sport kind of started to do this.
Right when we came in.
Right when we came in. I mean,
Yeah, it was-
you got a little bit more of a taste of those highs than Terry and I, but still, we kind of saw that peak. We rode it just a little.
Yeah.
And then late 90s, and then wakeboarding came in late 90s, and mismanagement and all the things that happened.
Yeah.
And all the missteps the sport made. Do you feel in any way kind of cheated? And the reason I ask is because you got a guy like David Akers who you've had a friendship with, you've developed a friendship with.
Yeah.
Who's in a sport, NFL football, maybe one of the biggest sports in America, if not
Yep.
the biggest. And you've just kind of been close to that now. And how does it make you feel? Like, do you feel cheated in any way that the sport kind of did this when we were in our prime, or is there some, you know, golden lining or silver lining?
Man, for me, honestly, I'm able to look back and just be like blessed for what I was able to do
Yeah.
and accomplish. I really am. I don't really have any bad feelings, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I really mean that. I look back and go, man, that was some great times, you know.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like you're saying too, I do wish I would have been able to be a part, and actually including you and you as well. I mean, it would have been awesome if we would have been able to be in the sport when it was still at the top. Do you remember how weird it got at first when the tension with the wakeboarders?
At first,
Remember that,
yeah.
man, at first?
Like
at the tour stops?
What was that? Like 98, 99?
Yeah.
I remember
Maybe even early 2000s, maybe?
I
Or
remember
no?
Detroit tour stop like 99,
Yeah.
and it was the pro water ski and wakeboard tour. They kind of just brought it on, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was like oil and water.
It
It
was.
wasn't really meant to kind of to be together at first, because you know they were the new sport,
Yeah.
which is funny because nowadays I don't. You probably are friends with wakeboarders.
Yeah.
But-
and I was then too.
You
So
were
I was
then,
actually
too.
okay.
Yeah, but it's so fucked that we went through that whole thing and had this fake tension, because at the end of the day
I
we're
agree.
all behind the boat. We're all doing a towed water sports behind the boat, and we're all trying to do the same thing, which
Yeah.
is capture or experience a feeling that you can't experience anywhere else in your life.
Yeah.
When you're on the water, behind the handle, either, you know, on a wakeboard or on a water ski. It's just the sensation and the feeling you can come away with, and the smile that you get
Yeah.
when you pull your foot out of the bindings
Oh, yeah.
after an unbelievable set.
Yeah.
There's nothing else like it. And that got overshadowed by us scrambling for this small pot of goods, because the sport as a whole was declining.
It was already making a dive.
Yeah.
For sure. And I almost wonder if the wakeboarders felt like that we were upset with them, so it made the tension even worse.
I hope
or
not,
it was just the
because-
way I don't know. It was a very strange time for a while.
I just felt like there was potentially enough room if we could have leaned out the program instead of trying to wrap our arms around everybody.
Yeah.
If we could have just leaned out the pro tour to where it was a smaller show, more of a show, instead of just skiing. It could have been the Scotty Clack coming in, and the hang glider, and the barefooting, and the show skiing, and like in between all the events like we used to do in the
Yeah.
80s, to where there's no downtime.
Yeah.
And people can show up on Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon for like the last 3 hours and get the finals, the
Yeah.
best of the best. Or you can show up earlier if you
Yeah.
want.
Marcus, I went to my first Tommy Bartlett show this year.
Did you?
Yeah.
How was that?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I
It's a
did
totally different world, huh?
It is really it's awesome. Have you ever been?
No, dude, I haven't, but I've seen.
You got to go, man. The Wisconsin Dells itself is
Yeah.
just a great experience, and in the Tommy Bartlett show, that was awesome.
Just mad respect for those guys.
Oh yeah.
They do something insane.
And the clown was hilarious. You
The
gotta go see
clown.
the clown, dude. The clown was the best one.
Oh my god.
It was great.
Can we go story time one more
Sure.
time? I want to
Yeah, yeah.
I want to hear. So you know what I'm going to ask you about, right?
Uh-oh. No, I don't.
Oh, come on, dude. So do you remember what year was that at Trophy Lakes
Yeah.
when our friend and
Jamie?
yeah.
Oh, I knew you were going to say
when-
that now.
when-
Yeah.
When Beauchene kind of flipped his lid.
Yeah.
What happened? where Trophy Lakes is a record. I think it was
like early 2000s.
2003
Two
or
or
4.
three or four, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And
happened?
I think he had like a surfing magazine or something. I think it was a surf magazine.
Yeah.
And he was living there at Trophy
At
Lakes.
in the trailer.
In the
behind
trailer
Trophy,
there.
yeah.
And I had borrowed it or taken it outside.
Yeah.
I was going to put it back.
Yeah.
I was just reading it.
Yeah.
And I had it there on the table outside
By the lake. Yeah.
by the lake there. And he just freaking flipped his lid and
Oh, I think a rainstorm came through, like it can happen at Charleston.
okay.
So rainstorm came through real quick, wind, rain.
Oh,
but
no.
The magazine was collateral damage. We're not paying attention to the magazine. We're trying to keep cameras and shit out of the rain.
Yeah.
And it got rained on.
Yeah. He got rained on and you were there. He just totally just flipped his lid, went bananas. I'm like trying to calm him down. I'm like, dude, we got to go ski, not fight.
So you guys go back to the trailer.
We're
So,
like outside the trailer.
Yeah.
Like I'm like not even to the trailer. I'm kind of in that area where people talk,
Yeah.
like where the pine trees are and stuff. And he's at the front door, pretty far away still, screaming at me. He's like ready to kill me.
So he brought you over. You guys went.
Kind of
and sat-
shocked me.
Yeah. You're like,
know,
what's happening?
Yeah, like, what's going on?
Did I kill somebody?
Yeah.
So you guys go in the trailer. What happened then?
No, we didn't go in the trailer.
You ended
he
up-
confronted me in front of the trailer.
But then you ended up in the trailer.
Afterwards we were good, actually.
Well, you were kind of good, but then you were like sitting on the couch, and he was like ADD Jamie,
Yeah.
and kind of like up, and then he was sitting down, and then he was kind of like pacing around that little living room, and you're just kind of like, I remember you just kind of looking up at him. Like,
Yeah.
Like, is he good, or are we still like, is there still
No,
tension?
I think I was thinking or telling myself or realized as long as I'm just cool and good and I'm hanging and just hey, look, I'm sorry. I told him I was sorry. Like, look, I understand where you're coming from in a way. Everything's going to be fine.
I thought you, in the trailer, I thought you guys were still like maybe there was going to be some punches thrown
Yeah, that was man, that was wild.
over a magazine.
Yeah.
The tensions were running high back then.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was gonna say about the sport being kind of in the place that it is now. This team syndicate, weekend that we're having, I don't know if it was the heyday like it was when Carl and Sammy and Andy
Yeah.
and Bob were skiing, where there was $250,000 salary per year and winning incentives on the line, and I don't think we would all be as free with our knowledge and as unguarded.
For sure.
If it was at that place that we wish it was at.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
I mean, can you speak to
No,
that?
I can agree with that.
Seems like it's a give and take.
I had a skier one year. It was the same, kind of like early 2000s. He walked up to me and said, "You just took my paycheck." I was like, "Holy cow! I mean, this is for real." I had another skier at the Masters, '05. He walked up to me and put his finger on my chest and says, "You got a bullseye on your back, and I'm coming for you," and walked off. And it was like a really like skier that we know really well, and I'm like, "Holy cow, man, this is for real."
Why do people get so uptight about a sport? It's a game. We're playing a game.
I hear you, man.
It's fun. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
That's why you did it. That's why you started doing it with your family, with your dad, because fun on the boat, on the lake.
Yeah.
And then it gets to where people are putting their index finger into your chest.
Yeah, and you're right, but it is different now. It's a lot more
Open.
open,
Why?
and I think you're right. I think it's just because there's really hardly any money in the sport to compete with,
Yeah.
you know? And I think you're right. I think it would be different if there was a lot more on the line.
Yeah. So in a way, it's a blessing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because to take it a step further, what we're doing here is we're trying to develop the next best ski.
Best ski, exactly.
So
yeah.
that not only can you guys go out and maybe push your envelope again, but once we figure out what that is, we take the prototype, turn it into a production model ski, stamp it out, put the thousands of them out there around the world,
Yeah.
and suddenly the byproduct of the sport being in a lower place and not having all the money in it is you guys are more open and unguarded in situations like this.
Yeah.
The ski development process happens quicker, hopefully, and the skis end up being better because of that open sharing of knowledge.
Yeah, I
and,
didn't
and
think
the
about that.
Tight
Yeah.
team, and the result is probably better products. I would actually maybe bet that might be what's been happening over the last 10 or 15 years, industry wide, all the brands.
Yeah.
It's probably been like that. And that's why we've seen maybe quicker and better advancements and better shapes and better performing skis in the last 10 years.
Yeah, the margins now in the competitive world are smaller. They're
Yeah.
closer. I
Yeah.
agree. Because the skis, like you're saying, they're all so close,
Yeah. Well,
except for the Omega.
exactly, dude.
Oh yeah,
The Pickle Mega.
the Pickle Mega.
Yeah. We should do a green one, a CP edition.
Ziggy Pickles, the Ziggy.
Uh-huh.
I like
What about
it.
the dance moves? You have those on lockdown? Custom moves? Yeah. Saw that last night at dinner.
A little bit in Seattle too.
Yeah.
You saw that one, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Good time last night, buddy.
That was fun.
And thank you so much for everything, dude. You and Jen are awesome.
Oh,
It
dude,
has
it's fun to
been-
have you guys.
This has been a great couple days,
We
2,
wanna-
3 days. Thank you.
We want to maybe start doing this like more here, maybe next year.
It'd be awesome.
Open it up to kind of the public and say, hey, we've got 8 slots.
Yeah.
So this was a fun test, pilot week to see if it would work or if shit would come unraveled and
Yeah.
that place would catch on fire.
Yeah.
So it didn't.
Yeah,
You guys haven't
exactly.
burned it down yet. So
Yeah.
I think
And
we're
by the
good.
way, the hype is real. The lake ski's unreal.
Yeah,
I mean, the lake is awesome.
we've been working on it. We cleaned it up. We took all the cattails out. They were kind of doing a good job of keeping the backwash down,
Yeah.
but it's still pretty good. It
Nice.
lays down pretty good.
Yeah, Bob was telling me, he's like, man, he goes, I'm still not used to seeing the lake wider with the cattails out.
Dude, the lake felt so much narrower. It was 30 feet on each side, so you imagine the lake felt 60 feet narrower than it does now.
Yeah.
I mean, we have anchors for a ramp.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to do a double weight cut when the tulies are like 30 feet on each side. You'd be riding tulies
How is
trying
that
to make
possible?
your turns. It would have been impossible.
Yeah.
But since we don't jump,
Yeah.
I never did.
It's cool,
Did, did you ever jump?
A little bit, but not much.
Because you said Sammy. You said Sammy as
dude.
a kid growing up. You looked up to Sammy. And
It
he's
just
a
ended
three
up
winner.
being that way. It was like, I love seeing, I did jump though. I mean, Carl Roberts was my coach for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 10.
What was your
and
best jump?
I like 100 feet maybe,
Yeah.
if that.
Why'd you quit?
Got too tall. That was my excuse at least. Go slalom.
Yeah.
But it was cool because I'd ski at Carl's when I was 10, but it was when Wade and Kitty Attore were out there.
Oh yeah, Kenny
And
Attore.
Kenny Attore, dude. And Wade was still tricking and jumping.
Yeah,
I'm 10 years old in the dock.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Wade tricking and jumping.
Yeah.
You
Killing
trick
it.
too.
Yeah.
What's your best trick run?
Just a little bit over 3,000 exactly.
That's pretty good for 6'4".
It wasn't bad.
It's like Jeremy Kovac back in the day.
Kovac was awesome, dude.
Remember how legit that guy was? So clean.
He was so legit, man.
Who was your favorite wakeboarder to watch ride
It's-
from the early days?
I would say one of those was Kovac.
Yeah,
I'd say Kovac, Parks.
yeah.
I
I remember Park's
Murray.
first tour stop,
Yeah.
Shreveport. It was 96 or 97.
Scott
I think it was
Byerly?
one of his first ones. Yeah, Byerly.
Yeah.
He's got the dreads going now.
Oh, yeah.
He's full rusted.
Dude, Barley was awesome on Lake Pickett.
Yeah?
He totally understood the whole skiing thing.
Yeah.
We gave him like
Full
his
respect.
100%, man.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
His dad, I think, his dad was a skier, so I think he just respected anybody who was trying to have, a few minutes on the lake.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what they were doing.
Oh, that's cool.
I think he just respected it because he realized, shit, my dad loved this, so
Yeah.
there's got to be something to it.
And I remember seeing Shapiro and Bonifay at ski tournaments
Yeah.
before they crossed over.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Remember that?
I saw Parks compete at the LCQ, the Junior Masters LCQ at Travers.
I
in
think
like
I saw that.
94 or 5.
Yes.
And he was doing slalom, trick, and jump. It
And he was
crazy.
frustrated.
Yeah, he was pissed
Yeah.
because he was legit for being a little kid, little scrawny kid,
Yeah.
which is hard to believe. But he wasn't like bowed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like frustrated with it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was good at all three, relatively speaking. But
Dude, his Hall of Fame deal last year was unbelievable.
was that legit? I
It
wish
was-
I could have seen that.
It was so awesome.
What
But
a-
he talked about that though, his frustrations in
Yeah.
skiing.
Yep.
And I remember seeing Shapiro trick, and he was shredded then, all muscle.
Yeah.
Front flip, Shapiro.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Do you remember the first double speedball
Yeah.
Or I guess, was it just speedball? Double front flip?
Yeah, the speedball. Yeah, at
I
the
don't know.
Masters, right?
The Masters.
Yeah.
Off a double up. Yeah.
That was sick.
It was insane.
And now you got guys doing.
They're doing all the shit just normal.
Yeah, no big
Just
deal.
Saturday afternoon. Couple rock stars, and next thing,
Yeah.
hit a couple golf balls off the platform.
Let me
couple
ask you this,
doubles.
Marcus. Do you feel like that slalom skiing is slowly making a comeback in a way?
I think the term comeback could mean so many things,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the sentiment that we all have deep in our soul about the sport is that it's starting. It's no longer declining. And
Finally.
finally, it's no longer. It's hit rock bottom, but the way in which it's starting to climb back is a way that's sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not one single rich person throwing money at it, but wanting to control it. And I don't blame them. If I threw a bunch of money at the sport, I would want to have a say.
Mm-hmm.
If I want the athletes to wear khaki shorts and a collared shirt at every event, then they better do that, or I'm not going to put the money in. But that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't conform all of us. We are some of the most diverse athletes that I know. Athlete body. Look at
100%.
it. Look at the guys here this week.
Yeah.
You guys are all totally different. I'm filming over
For
there.
sure.
I hear a sandhill crane chirping, and then I hear pickle.
Yep.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then you got Mateo stroking the
I
beard
was
in the
gonna say
corner, trying to
Mateo,
figure
yeah.
out what's going on. Willie's mumbling. Willie
Yep.
and Bob are over there mumbling, and so my point is, I think the way in which the sport is starting, we can all feel this movement. It's kind of starting
natural.
to bubble up.
Is that what you're saying?
It's
more of a-
natural, and it's sustainable, and it's for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And I think one expression of that is that this syndicate team can have a cool weekend like this, and nobody's holding things close to their chest.
No.
Or their vest. They're letting them out.
Yeah.
And we're all kind of reaping the rewards.
No, it's great, man. Yeah, nothing's awkward, and it's
Yeah.
just it's been a great 2 or 3 days. Really enjoying it.
I'm really enjoing that hat, dude.
Might be keeping this one.
Yeah, D-Dub might not be getting that back.
I don't think so.
Soundgarden, he can get his own.
Yeah,
It looks like you have a Ziggy Pickle hair on top of it, though.
I probably do.
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
Little white Ziggy Pickle hair.
Little Ziggy Pickle.
All right, dude, we better go.
Thanks,
You got to go
MB.
ski. This is killer,
This has been great, man.
dude.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, let's just set the intention together right here that CP is going to remember what it was like to be a kid again. I know you don't have a problem with that,
No,
but bring that to the water.
you got it, brother.
Bring
Awesome.
that to the water. Just no expectations. Just go out and try to find that feeling again. You got the 68 now to play with.
Yeah.
It's going to be rocking.
Amen, buddy. For
And
sure.
let's just see what you can do over the winter and next year.
You got it, man.
And we'll talk again.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Sweet,
MB.
bud. Thank you, man.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
That was fun, dude. That was awesome, bud.
Thanks for making the
really,
time.
really enjoyed that, man. That was powerful.
I love it.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot.
No, that was, gosh, how long were we talking for?
Dude, I don't know, hour. But,
Yeah.
But we got to talk about everything.
That was awesome.
Those old days.
Yeah.
91. What the fuck?
Dude, I know,
How quick
man.
did that happen?
That's what I'm saying. I
91 and now it's 2019.
know.
That's ridiculous.
I know. That's what I was like saying earlier. I was like, God almighty, man.
If the shit goes way quicker than you'll ever imagine.
Yeah.
Just make it count.
No,
Make
for
every day
sure.
count. And don't get bogged down by the shit that doesn't matter. The
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's great, man. I hear you on
The
that.
drama.
Yeah.
Because it's just fake.
Yeah, it really
It's
is.
just man-made. And these
Yep.
interactions are what's real and what count.
Oh, dude.
You know?
They're so powerful, man.